On April 14th, SEN made the decision to pick up a Game Changers roster in Blue Otter. Now, Sentinel signing a brand new team is a big deal. This is one of the most prestigious and decorated franchises in all of esports. So, they oughta be good. Unfortunately, they weren't. Against Shopify Rebellion, they got steamrolled. In 2 maps, SEN Otters only won a total of 5 rounds, and most of those were luck. Just look for yourself.
If you want to play anything that isn't just Valorant, then why not give literally any other game a chance?
This video is sponsored by Aniba, and it's a digital marketplace where you can buy basically anything digital online.
Long story short, you're getting things for way cheaper than you normally would on places like Steam.
Like, here's Dark Souls 2. It's less than half the price that you would find anywhere else. Or here's the Batman Arkham Collection, which is about 80% cheaper. This place has insane deals. You can also find software on there. There's operating systems, subscriptions to Photoshop, antivirus, Netflix, or even Tinder Gold, which most of you probably need, or even Valorant gift cards.
Now, yes, I understand that some other digital marketplaces have had some controversies surrounding their selling methods in the past, but Aniba is a platform.
Similar to eBay or Amazon, it's just a way for people to sell their online codes for cheaper. And instead of taking away a max amount of profits at retail value, a lot of these sellers just want to get rid of these codes quick and fast, meaning you get cheap stuff. There's sellers on Aniba that have tens of thousands of positive ratings, and there's countless amounts of guarantees, safety measures, and safeguards in place to make sure you get your money back if anything were to go wrong.
So use my link in the description to save a boatload of money on any digital goods that you've been eyeing. Like the Neo Frontier Vandal. It's pretty sick.
There are 2 disclaimers before you watch this video. First, this breakdown isn't supposed to be just hammering away at Game Changers. This community gets so much hate for no good reason, and I promise that these players are probably 10 times better than all of you. Second, so then why did I make this video? Genuine curiosity. If Sentinels of all organizations are going to bring on a new roster, why not analyze them? And what better metric to compare them to than the best team in that space? I'm talking back-to-back world champions, Shopify Rebellion. It's pistol round, and both teams' plans are simple. SEN want to fight a lobbyist 3 and play to stall or retake B and C. If the defense can control this box, 2 players can rotate. 1 can stay and solo both of these lanes on a map that has 5 of them. But Shopify want nothing to do with A. With their United States military budget of abilities, they want to plant front B and spam the defuse. Viper Orb, Snake Bite, Shock Darts, and probably even more. But playing to spam on pistol can be risky. If the Otters have solid fundamentals, they should be able to win the most important round of the game. The game begins and Avery rips a recon dart into lobby, which immediately gets snapped. But not much else happens. Now that Shopify feel like the defense haven't pushed anything early, they feel safe to creep through window and start contacting up mid. Back on A, I'm assuming that Noya's raised her toxic screen because I still don't have a replay system for pro games, Riot. Because Avery's ditched short and is now aiming down the barrel of sewer alongside her 2 ghosts. Once this wall goes up, it is extremely hard to get info past it if you're not playing an agent like Chamber or Yoru. I'm assuming that the defense are predicting a lurk down this lane. The only problem that I have with SEN setup is that if they just placed a smoke at the entrance to lobby and combo that recon with like an ISO vulnerable or neon stun, then the recon would be protected and the defense could have an accurate read. Or Shopify will have to burn some of that precious utility, clearing out that third of the map if they don't want to run into a stack. But instead, Shopify have an open B. Smoke, spam for trip, recon, blind. Donut runs around site and claims it for her team. The defense rotate off A and prepare to crunch site with their teammates in C link. But listen closely. The Donut's reloading back site.
SRG gets the plant. Now, SEN Otters has to react. Battison, you get a wall up. Oh, just a relay bolt, no fast lane with their purchases coming.
Okay, well, May didn't realize that the smoke was going to drop, and she was exposed to most of site. Now, while this may look like a small mistake, it's actually a big problem for SEN. Without smokes, the defense can no longer cover the spike and force the attackers to swing into them. Genuinely, controllers should bait the shit out of their teammates when it comes to retaking. Being able to smoke the spike increases or decreases win rates significantly. Anyway, SEN have gotten the trade, but Noya has already deployed her poison orb. And with how much utility Shopify have saved up, even just attempting to tap the spike is a death sentence. But maybe SEN have another ability they can use to block off the spike.
There for 1, the rest of the team starts to round the corner. quiet is Shopify. They're trying to hide in the shadows for this one. Mel and Alexis just light up the kill feed, but it's going to be Sin ready to fight Alexis on this one. Going down in HP, 31 left. It's going to be the defuse. The gate's about to drop. It's just a few more shots, and Alexis knows. Just counting the moment.
May's mistake cost Sen big time. When you use abilities, you want to be nice and protected and not out of the open so you don't get caught red-handed like this. Then when you have smokes, you should want to cover the spike, tap, force the offense to swing and spam to get you off. You win your duels, GG. I mean, we almost saw Sin pull it off with her cages, but Omen's smokes last longer. That one mistake forced Otters to save, Shopify went B again, and the shitty guns got run over. And now on their first full buy, I don't want to say that Sen got lucky, because they decided to 3-stack B, which is where Shopify were headed. I'm just saying that it's lucky in the sense that Shopify are running into their stack site, but also it's good on Sen for punishing Shopify for wanting to hit B like 3 or 4 times in a row now. Do you think they're just fortunate, or is it a good read? You tell me down in the comments. I mean, the 2-time champions got put in a blender.
They want to play that 1-3-1 ensures they can get quick rotations no matter which side.
No way they are conditioning B this much. Oh, I guess they won't be conditioning B this much. A clinic has been set up.
See what the adjustment ends up being, but I do like the 1-3-1 from Sen. Otter does not look like Mayor's gonna be able to get anything done here. What?
That brings us to the first full buy of both teams. Sen's plan is pretty much the same as Pistol's, fighting Lobby as 3. But this time, it looks like Shopify are defaulting their way. Should Neon be fighting Lobby from short? Once the buy phase ends, Shopify wastes no time taking most of the map. This turret secures mid, Mel smokes long and teleports across Lobby as Sarah pins a recon scanning most of short. It tags Madison once, and then twice. Someone shoot it. Whatever. The offense are creeping up behind their dark cover and coordinatingly swing inside. Once Mel clears bricks, Shopify feel like they've created enough pressure on A and start to leave. But May's not peeking B, and Sin isn't getting that great of info on C or Garage. So the defense need to re-clear something. Madison slides through sewer. Oasis kinda peeks Lobby. And they both back down? I mean, if we're going to get info on A, why not clear Lobby properly? Omen's in this corner, ready to blind most of the lane. Put Neon and Sova long so they can stun and recon. And Oasis can even vulnerable most of Lobby and swing short. Cap off that mid-round push with the smoke to block the entrance instead of long, and that'd win Sen this round. Then Shopify would have to save, and the underdogs would take the lead. Instead, we slide to the right, and then just leave. Mel even peeks into short like, did y'all hear something? Before rejoining Noya on long. Look at the minimap and you'll see that the attacker's plan is to send Alexis back to A with the spike while Donut and Sarah fake C. But while she's returning, the defense realized that Neon Slide didn't get them a lot of info. They only saw a sliver into Lobby. So Ava recons long, and it gets snapped. This convinces the defense to stay stacked A until Sin spots Sova on this spy cam. In Neon, ISO, and Sova all abandon their positions as Sin is panicking, running off site after being tagged by that owl drone. But it takes a second for this trip to get snapped, and y'all just saw somebody on long. Do none of you want to just stay a little longer in case that it's not C? Okay, I guess not. Shopify gets A site for nothing. Mel, Noya, and Alexis walking uncontested, but Madison peeks her head in, just barely missing Alexis before being smoked off. Oh, boo-hoo, now Sen have to retake. It's not a big deal, Teets. Timmy, how are you supposed to get past 2 mollies, a shock, recon, Omen paranoia, and a neon stun, all while pushing through Viper's fat poison orb? Viper getting on site is the win condition of Shopify's comp, and Sen just let it happen. Now, the defense do have a lot of utility of their own, so they should be able to trade pieces with the attackers and maybe come out on top with some nice shooting, is what I would say if our best ability in all of Valorant wasn't flanking. Omen's flash is big, fast, travels through walls, you can't turn it, you can barely hear it coming, and we sent it on a flank? Why not Cypher? He has a cage! But May doing that isn't as troll as I'm making it out to be. If you're playing against a comp like this, and it does take sight, you should want a strong flank so that you're not trying to force through one choke that's clogged up by all that utility that I mentioned. I just wish this wasn't May.
Insane.
Oh, the God Dart pings. The God Dart pings are too good. Oh, just that corner. Sarah readied one. Benefits. A nice protection from the Cubby.
Despite popping this big green fart cloud, Mel's blind comboed with Sarah's recon proved to be too much. Especially because Mei blinded while her entire team couldn't follow up off it. And we didn't smoke short or anything. But whatever, it's a new round and SEN must be feeling confident because they're forcing up. One off Neon's overdrive, she can just get the orb log and treat her ult as a rifle while Mei can sit still with her Bucky. Again, your smoke should be baiting, so it's kind of okay that she can't make a play. Regardless, in their 1-2-2, these guys are predicting a fast beast, and Shopify have done that 3 out of the 4 rounds so far, and SEN's gathering early C info with this immediate spy cam, which goes down at the same time as Killjoy's turret. The defense have info down C long, while the offense have mid. Then on A, Battison gets her ult online as the offense clears short with their recon. But the offense dropped their toxic screen and high-low peak long, revealing no one. SEN aren't really doing anything. I don't know if they're just like scared or nervous, but when you're playing a double duelist comp, you want to, you know, take duels. Regardless, Shopify don't see any defenders fighting long, short, mid, and Mel snapped this long cam. All SEN does is replace it with a trip. I guess Shopify can do whatever they want. Their decision is to group up in mid to try and slam B again. Noya, Alexis, and Sarah all have enough utility to stall the defuse for like ever, so why not? But in order to do that, they need to get past a pre-nerfed Bucky.
I feel like I'm watching old original Sentinels here. Just Shazam going in and out on Jet. But it's gonna be...
Well, that's not how you use a shotgun. First, similar to opping, you want to aim at body level so you can land more pellets and get an easier kill. Second, don't fall asleep. B is now naked for Shopify to take, but the defense aren't rotating yet. They want to clear A of any lurks first.
Right side, they control the links, and they control the site.
SEN may not have smokes, but at least they don't have to deal with that stupid-ass poison orb. Or maybe even Mel, because that elimination has given Oasis her kill contract. She turns, pops her shield, and tries to grab Mel, but at the last possible nanosecond, she teleports away. Oasis's ult? Obliterated. Oasis's ankles? Snatched. And now SEN have to retake B... Was that a dart? For Avery, that didn't land in sewer. Okay, well, while her teammates have retreated to spam the spike with a bunch of BS, Dodonuts on her own to weaken the defense.
That is definitely a huge loss for the Ice Ultimate defense.
SEN have the player advantage. And while they might not have smokes to protect the diffuser, SEN and Oasis have the next best things.
What's the idea here? Everybody outside? Oh, the one way. Okay.
Post-plant game.
Yeah. I was like, they don't have the ult. They might have a few mollies? Check them out.
One enemy.
Feeling weird, but not really. They have exact control of it.
I was like, okay, this is getting weird.
Why are we not protecting SEN while she's trying to defuse? ISO, stop watching Garage. Cypher has both of those lanes tripped. It's good that you started your shield from far back to maximize its protection, but y'all need to swing with it and dual Shopify so that they can't spam your Cypher. And speaking of SEN, you can hop off the defuse once you get to the half to pop your cage and retap or something. Covering the spike here would have been huge. Instead, we hid and baited SEN. But it's okay. SEN may be saving this round, but May's confident and has bought a Hero Vandal to lead this 4-person charge down mid. Shopify don't stand a chance.
Absolutely. Okay, we're getting active. I like this. Let the sheriffs ring out. Oh, they're gonna jump. How did they do this so quickly, Ash? How do they know? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, when the entire map is quiet, maybe walking into the attacker spawn isn't the best idea. SEN are forced to take a timeout before things get too out of control. Omen. Yeah, coach. May you please stop throwing? Coming out of the timeout, both teams have made some big adjustments. Otters have fixed their lobby brawl by slotting Neon next to Sova on long so that she can more easily bounce a really bolt in there and fight. And for the first time this game, Shopify won a Blitz A at the speed of sound.
In the moment, you have to set something new up. Trying to do that, and it doesn't look as good as you get from the Otters. But yeah, I can definitely get on board with that.
By planning a rush right after a timeout, you'll sometimes catch the opposing team lacking as they're focused on whatever their coach was just telling them. But here, SEN have successfully traded blows with the offense's Harness Fury by peppering their lobby take and punishing Mel's Heaven Teleport. She thought that because otters were so busy with fighting that they wouldn't expect a pinch from back here. Both teams are tied at 4 apiece, but Shopify have already decided to back down and leave Noya here to lurk later in the round. In the meantime, Avery investigates the fallout behind an owl drone for long. But this doesn't do much, as it can't fly too far, and Noya's flipped her wall up, meaning someone could be lingering in sewer. This forces 2 otters to stick around, but May's confident in her teammates to deal with A while she rotates to C and plans on anchoring from back. Why are we tucking into this cubby?
Just listening for rotation. Ready to hit the strips. Not very healthy. Crosshairs are broken.
If your plan is to solo anchor site as Omen, you don't want to put yourself in a position that doesn't allow you to use either your paranoia or dark cover. This is a one and done when you're by yourself. Instead, play backside so you can place a mid-side smoke here and make flushing C a pain in the ass, especially against your paranoia that's now well aimed. Now your team is scrambling over to retake while Shopify have a ton to stall the defuse with. 2 nanos, 2 shocks, and 1 fat Viper lurk. Now as Shopify set up, the defense make their way over and mentally prepare to retake. Maybe we'll use our cages to protect the defuse this time?
For SRG as well, that nobody's going to be on that flank.
Dump util in if they got it. Alexis.
Oh, the timing!
Oh, the second guess from Battison. No. Oh, what a good call there for a moment, but knew there had to be kind of retaliation help for the teammates trying to fight down long. It was just sorted out so well in the cat and mouse game by Shopify Rebellion here. Now leaving Avery to run and try to save this Phantom. It looks like that will be a possibility. I might get pinched, but...
A small note for you Killjoy players, it's better to have lineups for your nanos than not. Sure, the defense will see them coming, but now they have to account for your mollies landing and shooting them in time. This allows you to peek when they land, putting your enemies in a small blender. Either take cover and shoot these things, or try to do it out in the open and die. Regardless, Shopify pulled off a solid post plant, forcing SEN to half-ish buy. I don't know what you'd call this, but Avery was the hero of this round. Just not a very good one. I mean, she couldn't even break this drone for Battison.
Down, honestly. So it has to be this interface body. Nice play. Beautifully called. Oh, but the first Bucky misses.
Then the rest of the bad weapons get pooed on. But I wish Shopify fed Alexis one of these last 2 ecos so that she'd have her lockdown online for this round. Oh well, both teams are back on full buys. And we're about to see arguably one of the coolest set plays I've seen revolving around Sova's Harness Fury, and it's about to rock Alexis.
Easier response.
Able to get this aggression.
All right, undercut. Who's going to get the uppercut now as Avery benefits from that. Beautiful.
As soon as Otters heard this common turret being deployed, they dumped an undercut, really bolt, and Harness Fury on Killjoy's head. Because this bot easily secures most mid, every team uses it like all the time. So having a set play to counter this can lead to an easy kill. Even if the laser doesn't take down Killjoy, the defense have Neon sliding out of garage hungry for blood. That play has secured SEN all of mid and the player advantage. Now, I don't think Shopify planned on taking C. Just look at this one-way on default and leftward recon. This looks like an orb grab, but they decide to storm C anyway after seeing so many mid. But that means no garage smoke. The offense decide to funnel in behind their fast lane instead, but don't feel confident taking back sight for some reason. So Otters want to punish by swinging with our flash in our hands. Lucky for May, Battison makes up for it by spray transferring 2 before getting traded out herself. We're left in a 3 versus 2, and Shopify want no business with C, and Sarah starts walking towards A as her Viper makes her way into B to try and catch rotates. But there's one big problem. SEN Cypher is bald, like me! Sin's Neurotheft gives away Shopify's position, and they're headed A. But look closely. On the second ping of this ult, Noya shows herself going into sight, but then quickly repositions into heaven. Are SEN going to expect her up here? Well, even if they don't, this is still a huge disaster for Shopify. The defense can come from long, short, spawn, or even re-clear heaven. So Sarah plants, she plants more for heaven before heading towards short to semi-clear flank. But things are about to get worse, because Sin pops her cam and tags Sarah. This should be the easiest kill of Oasis's life. Well, at least Shopify don't know where the rest of SEN are, right?
Never count out Shopify Rebellion, but you have to call upon SEN Otters to clean it. A 1v1 situation created a third one, and now on up high here, inner tower, Noya ready to clean it.
SEN had to save, and, well, you know how this goes.
4 out of 5 ultimates online. SEN Otter have a lot of work to get back in.
I just wish we did something more creative than walking down mid into a firing range and everyone else die one at a time. Why not do it together? You'd at least do some damage. Whatever. I hope this mid push is a little more inventive because Shopify are headed right for it in their 0-4-1. The offense moved first by sprinting past this standard turret and into garage with the protection of this connector dark cover and recon. The defense, on the other hand, have spent the first 5 seconds staring at window. They eventually rotate towards garage and may blast Shopify with their paranoia while Bodison gets on site expecting a C-split, even though connector smoked. Either way, Oasis rips your kill contract at the offense and snags Alexis. Just ripping your ISO ult to take a duel sucks because you can use the thing in so many coordinated ways. This could be like during a retake or a planned push. So Oasis better win this duel or I'm gonna be pissed. Now, while those two are duking it out in the Shadow Realm, most of Shopify have backed out and are going A. This massive amount of garage pressure has forced a big shift from the defense. So big that they've left A open. The attackers contact their way down sewer, and lucky for the defense, Oasis has won her duel, and Shopify aren't confident enough to hit A. Maybe they feel like they haven't created enough pressure for Sight to be weak? Because while they're stalled, Dortnut starts going C while the defense are re-clearing mid with their all drone. No one's here. And I think the defense heard this drone because it's encouraged them to go A. Sovas are usually here, and he's in mid. Dortnut starts coming back, the attackers begin advancing, and the defense get in position to retake A since Spycam hasn't seen anything all round.
Rotate over.
Hold on.
Why are we slow walking out of heaven when we've left A completely open? This omen is killing me. I think because a few seconds prior, Dortnut managed to break the spy cam, I'm guessing May assumed that it was C and she was just half-ass checking A. I mean, maybe if Sin laid out her second tripwire somewhere, the defense would have a better idea of where Shopify were going. Maybe we're saving that for next round? I don't know. What I do is that A is mega free. Shopify run in, start planting, and instead of running into hell and crossing the spawn line, Mel teleports into heaven. Sarah gets stalled by this undercut shock dart combo, and Sin tries getting frisky, but Mel's dark cover forces her back. And now maybe Sin just assumed that Mel teleported to hell and not heaven, because Oasis jumps up and gets shat on. And now there is a big gap in the smoke, so you might think that Otters have a chance, but there's still one thing that I haven't mentioned yet. Viper's Pit. Yep, the defense can't come out of spawn anymore, so maybe Badison could do something?
I mean, they have to save. They have no money left in the tank. They've got to carry some weapons into the last round of the half. Even if it's a 3v3, it's just too important to really save those. I say that, they're still going, apparently. And it doesn't even matter. They don't even have a chance to save because Mel's just going to walk into spawn.
Now, maybe Otters are just, nervous. This is one of their first games together while signed, and they're facing literal world champions. You see these jitters from teams that make their first international events all the time. Just give them a handful of rounds or a half, and usually that nervousness is gone, and the match becomes competitive. That's what I thought the case was here, but for some reason, the game just keeps getting worse, and I'm not just talking SEN, I mean gameplay overall. Like, on the last part of the half, I think Otters were just tilted and ran it down. May insta-walk down long, then Badison through lobby once her omen was spotted. It was a mess.
Yeah, on the lurk. They were just kind of Odin in window. Oh my gosh, they have the whole kit and Kabuto back.
That's a big pick for me to get at the very least. A bit of a pressure on the back end here for SRG. Great rotation to the side, but Sarah, again, continuing to play spoiler into mid, knowing that there's another player in Avery, walking up as well, but the timing is good here. SEN Otter, they have an opportunity to come back into this.
Beautiful clears. Alexis trying to get her hand in the pie before we get the round over here.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, clears the shield on double tap. It's that dart.
Yeah, everyone was just walking all over, and it felt like a deathmatch. Maybe what both teams could use is a halftime break. Yeah, that'll probably do the trick. After a quick refresher, both teams have pretty cool plans for pistol. Each are set up in their own 1-4s, ready to explode into mid. But aren't going as fast as you'd think. Look at both Oasis and Mel. Off their teammates' contact, each is going to rip their paranoia or undercut. One wrong step from either squad, and this round is going to blow up. The barriers drop, and Battison walks out to hay bale with her knife out. As soon as Donut spotted the offense, Mel's blind tore through the attackers, but Oasis beat the defense back. Now, maybe Donut felt like she had to fight, but had she run away, I'm sure Noya would have raised her toxic screen for her, right? Regardless, with that first blood, SEN want to pressure mid even harder. They stack up outside of garage and prepare to charge in behind Avery's drone. But there's a safety pocket in Noya's wall. That's another trade, but look at May. She's found the tightest timing on B after Noya retreated to back site, expecting a hit after Donut went down. So SEN want to join her, and after Sin gets shot, Shopify have no idea.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, SEN didn't look too great, and neither did Kaide when she tried going pro. I broke down her game here, and I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot that you guys can learn from it, so if you like Kaide, or I don't know, just go check it out.